This Sunday, June 14th, 2026, something embarrassing is supposed to happen at the White House. Not a serious national ceremony, not a moment of unity, not a reminder of public service. A UFC fight night. It's happening on the south lawn of the White House, one of the most symbolic pieces of public property in America. The event is called UFC Freedom 250, and officially it is supposed to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. But it also falls on Donald Trump's 80th birthday, which makes the whole thing feel less like a national celebration and more like a personal spectacle. And that is the problem. The White House is not Trump's house. It is not a campaign prop. It is not a luxury event venue. It belongs to the country. Every image from the White House sends a message. And this message is pretty clear. Politics is no longer about dignity. It is about domination, branding, and attention. Picture it. A giant fight structure, bright lights, cameras, VIP guests, sponsors, celebrities, and a cage built for combat sitting on the White House lawn. Supporters will call it bold. They will call it patriotic. They will say critics are overreacting. But turning the White House into a fight night backdrop is not patriotic. It is cheap. It takes a public symbol and bends it around one man's image, one private company's promotion, and one political movement's obsession with spectacle. That is why people went to court to try to stop it. They argued the White House grounds should not be turned into a for-profit show. But on Friday, June 12th, a federal judge declined to block the event, meaning the fight is still expected to move forward. Legally, maybe it can happen. But morally and culturally, we should ask why anyone thought this was acceptable in the first place, because this is bigger than the UFC. This is about what happens when the presidency becomes entertainment. Politics used to borrow from television. Now politics is television, part rally, part reality show, part pay-per-view, part loyalty test. And Trump understands that better than almost anyone. He knows that if the image is shocking enough, everyone will talk about it. But attention is not the same thing as leadership. A president's job is not to make the White House look like a brand activation. It is to treat public power with seriousness. Once the White House becomes a fight venue, the line between governing and performing gets harder to see. And maybe that is the real danger. Not just that this looks ridiculous, but that we are being trained to accept ridiculous things as normal.